Goosefeather's Curse is a short novella, but it introduced something huge to Warrior Cat's lore that's honestly pretty sad once you think it all the way through. Goosefeather was given two massive powers. One, he could see and speak to StarClan cats who walked on clan territory, and two, he had intricate visions of the future that would come true exactly as he saw them. Now, I can't discuss this all on my own, so I've brought in the fandom's biggest Goosefeather fanatic, Poke, to help me out.
Hello! So nice to be here. Ooh, I love what you did with the place. Goosefeather is the character that made me a Warriors fan. The first Warriors book I've read was Bluestar's Prophecy, and I hated it. But Goosefeather was its one saving grace. I fell in love with him immediately. While I hated the main protagonist with a passion, her crazy uncle seemed way more interesting. What can I say? I have a soft spot for old, cranky weirdos. Purdy, Yellowfang, Doctor Who. Also, we were presented with the idea that there is more to him than any other cat knows, except for maybe Feather Whisker. Goosefeather is a messenger, unable to change anything he sees. He and the cats he shares with can only prepare mentally. They can't always stop bad things from happening, but at least they can plan how to deal with the aftermath.
Although, when I look at Goosefeather's history, I can't help but notice the massive decline in the usefulness of his powers. He starts by being able to help by pointing cats in the right direction, whether it's to save Swiftpaw or send help to the kitty pet battle. Then, his visions start to become sort of useless. He can't stop getting attacked by a badger, he can't stop the Great Hunger in ThunderClan, and he can't stop Pinestar from choosing the life of a kitty pet.
Goosefeather is an awfully tragic character. Not only he's separated from other kids from a young age, but the path he takes as he grows up leads him into further isolation. Cats just don't want to hang out around him, labeling him as weird or mad even. Just like children who are named geniuses and prodigies in their young age are taken to sharpen their skill. They are pushed more in life and later do not know how to live a life. They are often robbed of their childhood and find themselves lost when they are older.
Oh, absolutely. The story makes a big point out of Goosefeather being apprenticed at 4 moons and being made a full medicine cat at only 7 moons. His kithood and apprenticehood were rushed, very similar to the childhood of a prodigy.
Goosefeather was granted the strongest connection to StarClan we've ever been presented in a book. The power was overwhelming for him, and I believe that StarClan used him not caring for his life in the slightest. As we're often presented, StarClan cats are the screw their lives, greater good for the win kinda guys. Other cats with superpowers later in life learn to control their abilities, but for Goosefeather it only seemed to get worse. He's often caught mumbling to himself, or spirits, or being literally haunted by what's going on around him.
Yeah, and in Bluestar's Prophecy we definitely saw the peak of his decline. He used a vole, of all things, to decide ThunderClan should attack WindClan to destroy their supplies, which led to the death of his own sister, Moonflower. It seems like he feels abandoned and desperate to make anything of his powers. And at the end of his life, we can look back and see only one thing he did that drastically altered the future of the clans. He encouraged Bluefur to give up her kids and pursue the deputy position so Thistleclaw couldn't have it. And she listens and becomes deputy. So Bluestar being leader is probably the greater good that StarClan wanted. The existence of his powers might have just been an elaborate way of getting Bluestar and later Firestar down the paths they needed to go down. His efforts to stop the Great Hunger fail because they are outside his purpose and outside the scope of his power. Paranos comforts Goosefeather when he loses control, and this is all because ThunderClan depends on him making it through these harsh times so he can be around to guide Bluestar.
That makes sense. Although, we are yet to be told if StarClan has any say in granting powers, or if there is some greater entity doing that. We know that they do not control all the prophecies. It is possible that they didn't give him that power but still used him for that exact reason, seeing him more as a tool to shape the future of the clans. Granting him such a great power just to deliver 2 important prophecies seems like an overkill, especially when any medicine cat could have gotten the message. But then again, it's StarClan we are talking about. Who knows what they're actually capable of?
Now, the next subject I want to tackle is the emphasis on equality in the book. Goosefeather sees Sunkit being leader, he sees Featherkit being a medicine cat. All he sees are cats with greater and lesser destinies. Yet, Pearnose tells Goosefeather that all cats are the same underneath their fur in Chapter 5, and in Chapter 8, Cloudberry insists that all kits are special when Goosefeather talks about Sunkit being special. This special knowledge of the future is made out to be a curse. Mapleshade calls it a punishment from StarClan.
I guess the theme of equality is meant to be interpreted as every life matters, none of which matters more. And that even though there might be some greater destiny set in stone, we are the ones that make it count in the end. And what some label as greatness, for others might be meaningless because their aspirations are completely different. And who are we to judge that?
So maybe seeing the future gets in the way of this. Aspirations feel rather empty if a cat is destined to become one thing no matter what. I'd say his powers can be a metaphor for a pessimistic view of reality. When we are young, and even when we're older, we have hope that we can follow our dreams, be famous, and make change in the world. And when we are parents, we hope our children are all special. But statistically, we only have so much power, and so many people are subject to suffer. But still, we stay hopeful, keep our ignorance and innocence. We treasure the opportunity that comes with each waking moment.
Meanwhile, Goosefeather not only can't treasure the moment, he can't even plan for the future as he'd never seen his own, overwhelmed with others' problems, others' desires, others' destinies. From the moment of his birth, everyone, dead or alive, was just using him constantly, and he was powerless to do anything about this. He was not allowed to have hopes, he was not allowed to have aspirations, he was not allowed to have a future. He was a tool, and he saw himself as such. That's why his death is so pathetic and sad. He didn't die in battle, he didn't die in some great event. He just didn't wake up one morning. And it was off-screen!
Goosefeather is robbed of the chance to share the innocence that other kits and cats experience in life. And that's why he doesn't understand equality. He doesn't get the thrill of endless possibilities because everything was lined up for him at such a young age. I'm guessing he never saw his own future because there was nothing to see. As you said, he just dies in his sleep one day. So, whenever cats get excited, such as them cheering for their leader Pine Star, Goosefeather only has a pit in his stomach telling him of their leader's eventual betrayal. He can no longer experience the joy of the moment, which is so valuable in life.
I truly believe that his life had a potential to be an amazing super edition. But sadly, we only got a novella that seems to barely scratch the surface of his life. The Great Hunger could be a topic for easily a couple of chapters. Same goes for the Kitty Pet conflict. Not to mention the Blue Star's prophecy events from his point of view, especially his sister's death. I want to know what he felt. Did he see her ghost after that? Did he apologize? Was he devastated? How dead cats must have been torturing him about Tiger Kid. There is just so much more that could have been done and shown. But maybe that was also the point. Now, just like him, we are left disappointed and unfulfilled. I used to wonder why he's not the one who just gives prophecies left and right, as he seems to be the most fitting for the job, with the strongest connection to foresight. But now I think that he just doesn't want to have anything to do with it. He's tired and just wants rest. Would you blame him?
Alright, that's all for now. And just so you know, this whole collaborative analysis thing is going to be a series. Warrior Cats Chats. Look forward to seeing more guests in the future.